Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Import-Export file series, in which today we're going to be focusing on the PLY format, a favourite for 3D scanning, point clouds and anything that relies on detailed vertex data. So if you work with scanned assets or colour-rich geometry, PLY is a format worth knowing. So what is it? PLY, which stands for Stanford Triangle Format or Polygon File Format, is a file format that stores colour, transparency and normals. It was designed for 3D scanning and it also supports meshes and point clouds. When we would use PLY is for high detailed scans, point cloud workflows, or anything that relies on vertex colour data, or when you want a clean single object storage. The pros of using PLY is it is ideal for 3D scanning as it supports multiple vertex attributes and it can be ASCII or binary. The cons of using PLY is it does not support animation and it's not ideal for game engines. So in overview, PLY is built for 3D scans and point clouds. It's good at storing vertex colours and multiple vertex attributes. It's the go-to when colour per vertex matters. In the practical section, I'll show you how to import a scan, preserve vertex colours, and even paint your own vertex data. So, now that we've gone over PLY in theory, we can now go over it in practice. So what I'm going to do is start off with a new collection called Stanford PLY. And what we're going to do is I'm going to import what was a blank scan. So just a bit of background, what I had was I had two apps that I used. The first app I did a scan, and because I had the free version, I didn't have a subscription of any kind. I could only export using limited formats. Unfortunately, they didn't carry over any vertex colour data, so I had to convert it, and then we're going to use that one as our blank slate first. Then there was a second app I downloaded, and that one did actually allow for the export of a Stanford PLY. So then we can look at that one next, and then we'll look at making our own from scratch to maybe fake data or simulate it in some way, shape or form. So to begin, we're going to look at our blank PLY, and it will already be coloured because I took it into a previous file and coloured it in. If we just go to there, and what we can do is we can just come over down to our data and our colour attributes, and we can just remove it like so. So what we can do is add a new one, and it will just be like this. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to colour it in entirely like so. And then just to make sure that it's different to the previous one, what we're going to do is we're just going to make our ground pink, say, like so. And then colour that in. And then we can make the wall green, like so. We can make the hedge a reddish colour, like so. And then we can make the ground path, say, blue. And then we've got our variations of colour there. So this is our object mode. So this is our vertex coloured. So if we can't see it, that's because we haven't applied a texture, which we'll go through in a minute. So we have got our vertex colour data, we just can't see it in object mode. So I'm going to go to export and export Stanford PLY. We're going to make our folder called Stanford PLY as well. We're going to make sure it's on selection only. We're going to export it at a 1 scale, and then we're just going to call this Garden PLY. So if we come over to our playground, for example, and we make our new collection and call this Stanford PLY as well. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go File, Import, Stanford PLY, and then we're going to import this. And then what we can see is if we go to Vertex Data or Vertex Paint, we've got our colours here. So we've got our red wall, blue path, green wall, pink ground. So now let's go over to the scan that I had that actually did bring over its colour data. So what it is it's the same scan or the same area that got scanned, and what we'll see is it's actually just black. There's no actual vertex paint data that we've got here. However, we have got our color attributes. So what we need to do is, there's two ways we can go about this. I'll go about this with our geometry nodes first. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this our mesh vertex color. And what we can do is we can do mesh to points. And then we need to set our material. So if we do set material, like so. And then what we need to do is we need to just quickly come in and basically go to our shader editor, create a new one, and we'll call this mesh vertex color. So now that we've done that, what we can do is we can bring over an attribute node, and we're going to plug the color into the base color. And we want this one, we want our col, like so. And then what we need to do is we need to look at our material preview, and then we need to set our material to our mesh vertex color, and we have it there. So one of the things that we can do is in our geometry nodes we can change the radius of these points, like so. And then the other way that we can go about this is we just need to make sure that we've removed the geometry nodes, because if we don't, and I do this, object convert to point cloud just disappears. We're turning points into points because it basically applies the modifier. So what we need to do is just remove that. As you can see, it goes back to being black, and then we can convert and go to point cloud. Oh, sorry, we need to select it, convert point cloud, and we have our data here, and we can see. So if we just remove that, same again. If we go to we don't have the option for vertex paint anymore, so yep, that's the two ways of basically looking at it. So now let's look at our third way, which is basically just making our own vertex paint. So say we had Suzanne here, and we will rotate her 90 degrees, and we'll bring her on the Y, and same again, what we can do is we can just add a material, and we'll call this Suzanne. Suzanne vertex paint. Two ways of going about it. We can either paint her in here, so paint it blue. You won't see anything because we're in material preview, but if we go into our basic solid viewport, we'll get that. And then what we need to do is come down to data, and it looks like our attribute is called attribute. So if we just connect that in there and type in attribute, there we go. So just heads up, that typically does become color or col, so we're just going to rename it col in advance so we're aware of what might happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a simple red, blue and green, like so. And as you can see, we've got, because Suzanne is relatively low poly in terms of you can see all of these edges, we can have quite this aggressive, very blatant lines that basically appear, because don't forget we're painting the vertex, we're not actually painting like a canvas in terms of where we can add a lot of detail on one face. So if we want to basically fix that, one thing we can do is we can just subdivide it, and then as we subdivide it more and more, as you can see, the colours start smoothing and becoming a bit more of a blend. They are still like this, but I can tell you once we apply this, they're not so aggressive anymore. And then what we can do is we can basically just come out of our vertex paint, select our object, file, export, and then we can export Suzanne as a vertex color, I suppose. And what we need to remember is we actually remember where our object is when we export. So if I import, we should get Suzanne in the exact same place. Stanford PLY and then Suzanne. So if I was to just shift her over here, you'll see that she spawned or got imported over here. And if we go to our vertex paint and look at this, we'll see that she's col, so we need to just where are we? Vertex paint. If we just bring over our PLY vertex or mesh vertex paint, because we've got the attribute col there, and same with that one. So as you can see, this one is actually vertex color, whereas we've got face corner. So what I'll do again is, because I want to showcase this anyway, is we'll go to mesh and then we'll add in Suzanne again, rotate around at 90 degrees. We'll keep a low poly this time, and then what I'm going to do is just slightly shift it to the right here. And then what we want to do is we want to make it so it's vertex. We're going to name this our col, and then we want our color here. So now we have vertex color. And then what we're going to do is just go into vertex paint. We're going to paint the left side green. If we just come into our solid preview, and then we'll make the middle blue, and then we'll make the end red. And then what we can do is just go into object mode, file, export, and then we'll just call this Suzanne moved, like so. And then if we import her, we should find that she is in the exact same spot, like so. So yeah, hopefully we've learned something with Stanford. I know I have, and we can move on to our next file format, which will be an STL. See you there.